Listen, the AC12 podcast proudly presented by Little Caesars. Code 1099 bundle, classic pepperoni or cheese pizza, crazy bread, add 2-liter soda. Code LCFREECC, free crazy combo with any pizza purchase. All right, joined by one of the titans of college basketball. Do not be modest there, Mr. Fraschilla, Coach Fraschilla. The great Fran Fraschilla. This is the times where I start to feel a little bit old, and I'm probably going to make you feel old too, because I remember. Yep. I remember in a Mike DeCourcy sporting news column back in like 94, 95, the up and coming coaches throughout the country, Manhattan Jaspers, Fran Fraschilla. And I always thought, because I had never heard of you before, and I thought that's maybe the coolest name I have ever heard. So Fran, we very much appreciate you having on the show, buddy.
No, I'm excited to be with you guys. As I told you off air, I spent 23 years as a college coach, loved every minute of it. Worked for Hall of Fame coaches like Gary Williams, Rick Barnes, who's heading to the Hall of Fame, and coached my own team. I went to 8 postseasons in 9 years, won a lot of games. And when I got to ESPN, as I told you guys, we had moved to Dallas after I was in witness protection out at the University of New Mexico. And I did mention that I am 1-0 at McHale. That was a crazy night. Coach had that was like 6 NBA players: the late Michael Wright, Luke Walton, Richard Jefferson,
Warren Woods, Jason
Gardner. And I told my team that they've gone on Christmas break, but they didn't tell Coach Olson. So we can sneak up on these guys.
Right.
And we were very lucky. We had a tip in at the buzzer, and I think they had like a 50-game home win streak or something like that. But every now and then, a blind squirrel finds an acorn. So, but then I went to ESPN, and I've loved every minute of it. And I got to raise my boys, and both of them are one's an NBA coach, one's a college coach. So it's kind of like a family business.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. All right, Coach, before we get started, I got to give you a lot of credit on something amongst a myriad of things.
Yeah.
Caleb Love. I thought for the longest time, I have never seen somebody here that got besmirched as much as he had by a lot of different people.
Yeah.
And I give you all the credit in the world. And I know he appreciated it as well. When you said, this is an NBA player right here.
Yeah.
Just stand next to him. And I remember listening to you and you said, I know what NBA players look like.
Yes.
You stand next to him, you watch his skills. What did you see in Caleb that so many others didn't see?
Well, first of all, I did coach 18 NBA players as a head coach and as an assistant. And as you guys know, I was on the draft for a long while. I honestly should be on the draft because I know it better than anybody at ESPN. And maybe that will happen. When Woj came, he brought his own guys, and they kind of moved me to the side. And it's not really watchable right now, to be honest. But I love the process. And I have a lot of friends in the NBA. My son's with the Washington Wizards. They're rebuilding. And so I know what NBA players look like. And Caleb, the first thing I did, guys, with Caleb, because I know so many people on the coaching staff, was I asked, like, what kind of kid is he? Is he a good kid? And I couldn't get anybody to say anything negative.
Right.
And I was so happy for him. I thought other than VJ Edgecombe, he was the best guard in the league. And to be honest with you, he was more productive as a fifth-year senior than VJ was as a freshman at Baylor, but obviously VJ, because of his age, he went number 3 in the draft. But I just, you know it when you see it. And people criticized him for being a tough shot taker. And I would tell you guys, like in the NBA, when the clock's at 5, 4, 3 in the shot clock, you better have somebody that can create his own shot. And if Caleb gets some more consistency with the shooting, I think he's going to stay in the league a long time. But I'm thrilled for him. I saw him at Summer League. I saw Dad. And it was so much fun watching his progression, under Tommy.
They definitely appreciate you. I can assure you of that.
We've had great talks. We've had great talks.
For sure. Sure.
Another guy you've spoken highly of this season, and I'm really pushing to get him national attention. Is Jaden.
I know.
I mean, and you said it before. What makes him so special, and what stands out about him?
Well, you know what, Jason, you're not as old as I am, but you seem like you've been around and watched good basketball. He's the old school point guard.
Right.
I mean, he's the old school. He runs the team. He's become a leader because of Caleb and KJ leaving. The freaking guy makes tough shots. He's impervious to pressure. He's a great defender, great passer. The shot's improved. I think he's going to play in the NBA. And when I say that, again, going back to my friends in the NBA, every team carries 3 point guards.
Right.
And so he'll be in summer league with a team. He might have to play G League for a while. But much like TJ McConnell or Colin Gillespie now with the Suns.
I thought you made a great comparison, Fran. And I every now and then I make a good point. So if I make it, I just beat it home. I always thought if Jamal Shed, and I mean this in the most complimentary way, Jamal Shed's awesome. If Jamal Shed can do it, I don't see why Jaden Bradley can't do it, because I see a lot of similarities in their games.
Yeah, totally. I was lucky enough to think about that one, but I even knew when Jamal, like midway through his senior year 2 years ago, with Kansas struggling a little bit, McCullough was hurt because he was like the favorite to be player of the year, Hunter Dickinson. I said in late January, I said, hey, if Houston keeps this up, he's the player of the year in the Big 12. And again, much like JB, he's a point guard JB's a point guard that wins, and his teammates love him. He does so many things well. He's been with Tommy for 3 years now, so he put his feet down in Tucson. And honestly, it's always fun to see a kid, when you have the great tradition of Arizona basketball, that I think I told him this last year. I said, when you come back with your wife and 3 kids in 10, 15 years, they're going to love you because you poured your heart and soul out on the court. And that's what he's doing so far. And I was actually thinking about this. They're so deep and so balanced. And I said the other night on Twitter yesterday, I think they got 8 starters.
Right.
They really do. I mean, they do. And I mean, but if I had to take one guy and put him in the mix for Big 12 player of the year right now, I think it might be JB, and that's not because of stats, obviously.
Well, right. You just know, again, when you see it. You look at the eye test, the way that he can control the game. He's got a unique ability to stem runs, to be able to stop. Like, you look at that Alabama game.
Yes.
And, Alabama, all of a sudden, they're making threes. They get up 6. It's always Jaden Bradley that gets the mid-range jumper that somehow slithers to the hoop unguarded and gets led. He has a unique ability to do that there, Fran.
Yeah, he's just he's an old school point guard, a guy that we all guys like me grew up wanting to coach,
right?
Because he does so many things well, and what he does most of all is he makes his teammates better,
right? Which
is the ultimate. It's like a quarterback in football. It's like your guy, what is it?
Fafita.
Fafita. I mean, guys like that. You want a quarterback that's making everybody better and knows how to get the ball to everybody. And Jaden's he's off to a great start. I don't want to jinx him, but I hope it continues.
Sure.
It's funny. I was doing some research last night, and 8 years ago, you wrote an article on ESPN highlighting the top international leagues.
Yeah.
With this young guy named Luka and all of that. Did you think at this point international basketball would be such a big part of college basketball like it is now?
No, Jason. That's because of NIL, obviously. Like, that agent that's sending all those guys to Illinois right now, they got another guy going there at mid-semester. It's crazy because that agent, who's a friend of mine, Mishko, he would never, ever, ever, he laughed at college basketball 5-6 years ago.
Right.
Laughed at it. And because, just a scholarship? I'm going to send a player to play at Illinois and he's going to get a room and board, tuition, books. But that's all changed with the NIL. And so now these kids are coming over where they – and, Yvonne is a good example because in talking to him the other day, he could have gone back to – he's going to be a good player. I think he can play in the NBA. Mm-hmm. But if he doesn't, he's going to have a long career in Europe. But obviously it's different now. If you can come to a place like Arizona, play in front of all these crowds, make way more money than you do as a 19 or 20-year-old professional in Europe. It's not like – the NBA or Major League Baseball. Some of those young 19, 20-year-olds are making like 30, 40, 50 grand to start out. So, no, I didn't see this coming because I didn't see NIL like just opening up the floodgates the way it did. But it's fun to see because 20 years ago when I started doing the NBA draft for ESPN and I was the international guy, it's just so much fun to see how the world has evolved and changed. And by the way, I'll tell you guys one more thing.
What do you got?
This you'll like, everybody talks about the dream team in 1992, but I'll go back even further. UB Brown, Dean Smith, Chuck Daly, Dr. Jack Ramsey, they would go over to Europe in the 70s and teach the game. Like they'd be invited to the Italian Coaches Association.
Right.
And they spend a week in Rome and they'd be giving clinics. And those guys taught the game to our European coaching friends. Right. And honestly, they're teaching it back to us now. The world has shrunk.
It really has. I mean, it's such a cliche, but it's global.
It's definitely global. Yeah.
It's global at this point. Now, let me ask you this, because generally with Lute Olson, growing up watching Lute Olson, and we're going to get back to New Mexico there in a second. But his teams were built, and again, it's not like they didn't have like good bigs, like you mentioned. You had Mike Wright, you had Lauren Woods on that team, etc.
Yeah, AJ Bramlett before that.
AJ Bramlett,
good players.
Bennett Davidson, you can keep going back and
forth.
Don't
forget my man Tarzuski. Okay, that's my guy.
Caleb Tarzuski, absolutely. Yes.
Still playing in Europe, doing well.
He is, and he's also winning off the court as well.
Yeah,
so
he's good man.
Good job for Caleb. But here's where I guess but Lute Olson's teams were always kind of built, on you had your Mike Bibbies, you had your Miles Simons, you had your JTs, your Michael Dickersons, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. What's unique about this team here for Arizona, though, is the girth that they have up front, the way that they can just kind of beat you down. And you've got a guy like, Krivas, and then you've got a guy like, obviously, Koa Pete. And then, oh, by the way, you bring in Tobe Owaka right after that.
Right.
There's no dead weight on this team. When the guys come in, you can push the lead. You just don't need to basically keep it static.
Yeah, well, I tell you, Coach Olson would have loved this team, seriously, because he many times he played with two bigs or a power forward and a center. I mean, he would have loved this team. I'm amazed. Like the three big guys, their average weight, because this is what you do for TV, is 248 pounds.
Right.
Okay, and Krivas, I was one of those, as you know, Henry Vasar fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I raved about him last year, and I think they did the right thing, honestly. As much as Henry might even have a little more NBA potential than Mo, maybe, I think Krivas fits this team better. I really do, because he is healthy. And, I mean, this guy goes to the offensive glass like nobody's business. And all three of them do, actually, and it's obvious. But I just love the way they play. They really balanced. I got a little heat from some Wildcat fans yesterday because I said, I'm not sure who the best team in the country is. And that's a little hyperbole. But I mean, what we've seen in the first 6 weeks of the season is we had people say Gonzaga's the best team, then Purdue was the best team, then Michigan was the best team. And you can obviously make a case right now for Arizona, obviously being number one based on who they've beaten. But I just think over the long term, this is a team, if they stay healthy, gosh darn it, they're going to make a lot of noise in March. I'd be excited if I was a Cats fan for obvious reasons.
Fran, I got to nerd out sure, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, we were discussing this on social media and the message boards and all that, and you've seen Arizona. If there was a downfall to Arizona in, say, March, looking at this team, what would you say their weakness would be?
The outside shooting's been brought up, but it's not that they don't shoot it well, because I think that Del Orso's shooting it great. Karchenkov's making shots. Braden Burry's just put on a freshman performance for the ages. I just think they don't shoot enough threes.
Right.
But they don't need to right now. And Saturday night was a test of twos versus threes. And I'd say they came out of that test acing it, So they don't – maybe you could say if they're an injury away from having a shorter bench, because the 8-man group right now is 8 starters. But that you can't control. I would say – Michigan is built like this. I'd say Arizona is built like Arizona. Literally, you guys know this because I think it's 6 now, or maybe 7, but 6 or 7 of the top 8 have already been the leading scorer.
Right. I mean, it's an amazing stat when you look at it. And you have games, too, like the game you called. Koa Pete didn't do much in that game.
Right.
If I were to tell you that you're going into a game against Alabama in Tuscaloosa or Birmingham, excuse me, and Koa Pete does next to nothing, and that's one of your 2 best players, you're probably going to say you might be in a little bit of trouble there, Mike.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what what I thought during the game, And somebody else, I think Jaden Bradley had 3 fouls in the early second half. So that's their strength, and I really can't pick out a lot of weaknesses other than that. Maybe they could shoot the 3 better or take more of them.
Right.
But I wouldn't argue with what Tommy's doing right now, because it's working, and they're a juggernaut, and injuries can hurt you. And let's just knock on wood,
right,
that they don't have any major injuries.
What is your show prep like? Because that's the thing that everybody mentions about you is that you, I mean, again, I'm not going to obviously call out anybody, but you go into games and there's some people that you can tell are just mailing it in. They're just showing up. They're looking at some stats and they're calling in. You know the intricacies of everybody's game. You know their background. You know what the coaches are trying to do. Like if you're getting ready for a game, what's that 48, 72 hours before like for Fran Fraschilla?
Well, first of all, the biggest show prep thing for me is I don't ever want to embarrass myself amongst my peers or my former peers.
Right.
I don't want someone to say, what was, Tommy Lloyd or Bill Self, what was Fran talking about there? He doesn't know our team.
Right.
So I try to really dig into, and I do talk to these guys too. These are all friends of mine. But I also, you guys have to understand now, from the time I was 14 growing up in Brooklyn, New York, this is all I've ever done. Right. And I'm in the playground of life now. I mean, I love history. I majored in American history. I'm a Civil War nut. I have a few other interests, but not many. I basically wake up every day and figure out how to get better at talking basketball.
Right.
And so I have a Microsoft Word document on my computer here that's about 130 pages of all Big 12 notes. So when I see something, a story, or I get on Google and I see Jaden Bradley growing up in Rochester, or then going to high school in Charlotte and then IMG, I just want to dig in and know everything about him and know why he is the player he is. And that's true with Ivan, whose father was I wouldn't say a great player, but he played pro basketball in Europe 20 years. And so I like to be able to have somebody say, I like Fran because he tells me about the game. He's not talking over my head. I try to explain things simply because my mother didn't know basketball at all. And she would say, hey, I like the way you explained the short roll,
Yeah.
And yet tell the stories about the kids, the behind the scenes things that people would want to know that makes the broadcast interesting. And I'm also lucky that at least on Big Mondays, I'm with John Shambi, who's a great partner for me. That's like having a great point guard, and I'm just knocking shots down at the 2 spot.
You still got to make them, though. You still got to finish.
I got to make them, but I try to be prepared. And, honestly, you guys have maybe heard me say this. And, Jason took a shot or two at me like 3 or 4 years ago. It's okay. I'm kidding, Jason. But seriously, that's because you're so passionate about Wildcats. When they came into the league, I wanted fans like you guys to say, they're in the Big 12 now, and Fran treats us just like Kansas.
Right.
And that was my goal, whether it's BYU, Houston, Arizona. I'm fully aware of the fact that we've added a couple of blue bloods to this league, like Arizona, and now Houston is sort of a recent blue blood, you could say. But the point is, I want those schools to say, Fran treats us the same as he treats Iowa State and KU now that we're in the league. And trust me, I miss Bill Walton all the time, man. I mean, Bill was one of a kind, but Bill was different than me, and everybody else, honestly.
Bill's different than everybody, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he was a dear friend, and so coming in and doing Cats games and not being Bill Walton, you kind of have to not be different. Just got to prove yourself that, like, hey, you're on this too. You know a lot about what Arizona basketball too. So that's pretty much my. And by the way, it's 12 months a year for me.
Right.
It's 12 months a year. Like I'm in the summertime, I'll see an article, Tommy Lloyd taking a team over to, under 19s. And Nate Oates was one of his court coaches, which we had a picture of the other night. And, you tell those stories like, hey, these guys are friends, they spent time together and now they're playing each other, and so that's what I try to do. I try to dig in deep on the minutia, if you will.
Coach, there's been 3 transfers that have left Arizona that I knew were actually going to be good when they left here.
Yeah.
And the first one that I ever came across was your Ruben Douglas.
Yes, the late Ruben Douglas, sadly. Yeah.
So I got a story about Ruben, and then I want to hear.
I got one too. I got a good one.
A few stories.
It has something to do with Tucson too.
Yeah, excellent. So this is back when Lute had the entire. You could just walk into practice. So my dad would take me to practice basically every Saturday before before the season would start, and everybody was banking on because Ruben had a really good freshman year. He started alongside Richard and Michael Wright, averaged about 9 a game, and you're looking, okay, maybe this could be Michael Dickerson 2.0.
Yeah.
This kid comes in named Gilbert Arenas that's a year younger. He's only 17 at the time. And I remember saying, and keep in mind, I'm like 12 at the time or 13. And I'm thinking to myself, that dude's the best player on the court, and I have no clue who he is. And lo and behold, obviously, Ruben saw the writing on the wall because Gilbert was better than about anybody. But, when Ruben got to you, I was not at all surprised by the success that he had. Talk a little bit about just Ruben as the player, because he was good, man.
He was good. He was really good. He had a great career in Europe. He made a lot of money, and sadly, he had a health issue that cost him, sadly, his life. But I'll never forget, once he got his release, it's kind of like he was, because as you guys know, I think he played in the first few games of his sophomore year. He got his release. He was interested in New Mexico. He was very close with the Pump twins in California, the legendary, Dana and David Pump. And I actually flew out to Tucson on a Sunday night because Ruben was going to be playing pickup in the rec center and hung out with him there. And then he ended up coming. And it was actually the week that we played Arizona, and we're lucky enough to beat them. But Ruben had an incredible career, one of the leading scorers in the country. I think he would have done the same thing at Arizona, honestly, but for Gilbert. Yeah. But I think if Gilbert wasn't there, Ruben would have ended up being like an 18-point-a-game guy as a junior and senior.
All right, I got one more player I want to nerd out about that I saw
in
high school that you took over and coached. Lamont Long. Lamont Long was one of. All right, so I got to sit down with Lute Olson one time. Yeah, and I asked him, and he was somewhat approachable. And I asked him, and keep in mind, I'm like 12 at the time. Yeah, and I said, and Lamont Long and Mike Bibby were the two best players in the state by a mile. And I said, why aren't you recruiting Lamont Long? And then all he said was, he goes, that one could come back at us. And he turned out to be a really good player for you guys as well.
He was a very quiet kid, very shy. And keep in mind now, I took over a tough situation. Dave Bliss, who my wife went to SMU when Dave was coaching at SMU, and they had the Larry Johnson stuff with the fake test score. Right. Then Arizona, they moved. I mean, Kenny Thomas should have been an Arizona Wildcat. Okay. Sure. But they moved him from El Paso to. Right. Okay. Right. So we inherited a really tough situation. I had a great coaching staff. Troy Weaver's the vice president of the Pelicans. Darren Savino's the associate head coach at UCLA. Joe Dooley's been a head coach, and he's now back at Kansas. But we inherited Lamont, and we didn't inherit a lot. Right. Very quiet, but a great scorer. Yeah. And we ran some great stuff for him, and he never gave me trouble. I liked coaching him, but he was very introverted. Yeah. And he helped us my first year at New Mexico. We got to the postseason, and he had a great. He's a great player. A Phoenix kid, right? Or was he
Corona del Sol? Yep.
Yeah, Corona del Sol, exactly. So he was easy to coach.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sure.
Yep.
When you look at this freshman class, where does it rank in recent memory?
Oh boy, it's I'm old enough to remember this. You guys can Google this. There was a Sports Illustrated cover in 1979. I was still in college. Magic Johnson was on the cover as a Michigan State sophomore, and he had a tuxedo on with a top hat, and they raved about the sophomore class, and it was all like Mark Aguirre, Magic. I mean, it was everybody. There were like 15 future NBA stars. I'd have to go back that far to really think about a class that is this good and deep. And I'm not sure who the number one pick is. Obviously, health has a lot to do with it.
Fran,
I don't know.
Right now, Fran. Now.
I have to tell you this. No NBA team knows.
Right.
The NBA guys, here's what they do, just so you guys know. The first 2 months, they're gathering info. And about January 15th, the teams will start to meet with their scouts, because not only are they starting to put the board together at the very beginning, they're also ready for the NBA trade deadline. Right. So some of the playoff teams are looking at, hey, can we get this guy in a trade? Would we have to give up this pick? I love all three. I'm worried about Darren Peterson's cramping. Yeah. I love Koa. I think Koa is going to be a very good NBA player. He's kind of in between Aaron Gordon, who my son coached in Orlando. He's a great guy. They picked up golf at the same time during the pandemic. And he's in between Aaron Gordon and Blake Griffin. Is he as athletic as Blake Griffin? Maybe not, but that doesn't mean he's not a freak athlete.
And the thing is, he's just a weird guy to look at, because he can also handle the ball pretty well. He's a passer as well. He's got a lot of unique things that I think, especially when they go to the combine and you've got the pros like Fran like poking and prodding, that they're going to be like, fairly impressed by.
Well, they're going to love him as a kid. I mean, they're going to love him. There's no question. They're going to love him as a kid. They're going to love his athleticism. He's got a high IQ for the game. You guys know this better than me, but he wins everywhere.
I got a question for you, Fran.
Go.
Yeah, I need you, and feel free to slap me in the face if I'm wrong. Do you believe that Mo Crevis is going to play in the NBA?
Well, I do, because there's 18 guys on a team now.
Yeah, that's true.
15 years ago, it was only 12 and maybe a couple guys, But I think he's got a chance. Now, I would tell you, I would stay in college another year. I was thinking about this morning. They are going to lose Tobe, and they're going to lose Koa, and they're going to obviously have to keep replacing, and they will. But I think Mo next year could make another jump. He's already made a jump already. So, I think he can make it, because there's always room for like a Steven Adams. He's not Steven Adams, or a Valanciunas.
But an enforcer, a guy that throws.
Yeah, like a lower end Valanciunas or Steven Adams.
I like it.
Yeah, there's always teams that need that kind of muscle, right. even off the bench, off the bench.
All right, sure. We got one more question for Coach. Make it good.
No pressure at all. You have a game this week, by the way?
No, I'm off until January 3rd. I'll see the Cats January 10th in Fort Worth against TCU. That's my next Arizona game.
When you look at the Big 12, you have Arizona, BYU, Iowa State, all that. Who would you say at this point is the favorite right now to win the conference?
I think I would have said Houston like 4 weeks ago, but I have to say Arizona because of the completeness of their team. I think Houston's going to be really good, and obviously they're a Final Four contender. Their freshmen are growing up quickly, much the way Arizona's freshmen are. I wouldn't put it past. I love Iowa State. Texas Tech is one body short. They've got two big guys out right now, so I wouldn't worry about them losing a couple of these games because they're playing with 7 guys. But Arizona, I think right now, I would have said 4 weeks ago, Jason, at Houston. But I think right now it's clear based on what they've accomplished and watching them in person and telling you guys how I feel about the eight starters. I think I'd be foolish if I said they're not the best team.
Fran, this has been surreal having you on. Seriously, like I still think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my parents' house and find that old Sporting News article by Mike DeCourcy about you.
Yes,
cover. I'm going to go find it. But you're like I said, you're a treasure. Every Arizona fan is. I mean, there's going to be people that complain about it.
That's okay. Yeah, I don't mind that.
You go out of your way to do a good job, and that's all I care about, man. You're great.
Thank you. I'll tell you, we're blessed. We're blessed that we get to come to McHale, and I'm such a junkie. I knew about McHale obviously years and years ago, and Coach Olson was a friend. He took young guys like me and Mark Few under his wing way back in the day, and he was a gentleman. And I know you guys know that. But
I'll tell Lamont you said hi. By the way, I'm actually.
If you see him, send him my best, and we'll see you guys in a few weeks in Tucson.
Can't wait, Fran. You're the best. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Fran. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason. See you, Mike.
See you, dude. Yes. Oh, that was awesome. No, see, that's what I love, though. Fran is everything that's right with college basketball, though, and that he's passionate about it. He takes it seriously, and he knows the players. That is the cool thing. Like it's so enjoyable having somebody that when you watch them, they say, okay, you can clearly, he knows all of Koa Pete's background. He's not just reading off some bio that says, oh, Koa Pete, he won 4 championships. Yeah, he's a winner. Like he goes above and beyond, and that's what's awesome about it.
Yeah, that was fun. And like you mentioned, he knows his stuff.
Right.
And I got like 5 texts when he remembered that I talked crap to him a little bit. But it's fun. Like it's fun that he comes back at me and all that. That was fun. I enjoyed it.
I apologize. There were some things, but I was also kind of in awe, guys. You got to be honest. I got to be honest here. Okay, now let's get a couple.
By the way, he's right, La Jolla.
What?
I should be on the draft because the coverage is unwatchable. ESPN's draft coverage is unwatchable.
It's terrible. And it gets worse each season. Yes, exactly. All right. They should have me on there. I could just talk about like gas and stuff. It'd be better. Okay. Yes. All right. Now, Paul, everybody out there, we are going to be having a watch party this Saturday. Dennis Walsh, I expect the jet to be in the parking lot. You and the lovely lady and the great, I was going to say, all of your buddies, the great Jerry Reyes, everybody in there. Expect you guys to all be there. All right. Now, Copal, Tucson's contemporary Mexican food. CopalTucson.com. Book your next large party or corporate event with Copal. Large party packages. And again, Mexican food delivered nationwide at mymexicanmenu.com. Check it out. Yeah. All right. What's with that? All right. I didn't ask Fran the man about Land the man, but Sheer, we are in agreement that this is not Land's sister, although some people, Brogan actually believes that this is Land's sister.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Rogan thinks that he's actually playing a like he's I don't know, he's outflanking us.
Like a usual suspects type of deal.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I don't know if I go that.
You know what? I trust him.
All right. Well, either way, I trust the championship package, though. I trust that it's 19. Yeah. I trust that it's 1997, and again, they put it in there. It's easy. I had it inserted. It was one of the best experiences of my life. Can't wait to do it again. It was great. And they only offer necessary treatment. Again, I didn't wake up and my one of my nostrils was gone. Check it out. Downtown Dental Implants at Urgent Care. Check it out. Boom. What do we got? All right, sure. Your furnace, is it working?
The good thing is I don't know but I assume it is.
All right. What I would do though is I would call Comfort X HVAC anyway, and because it's $50, you might as well just get it taken care of now. And can you imagine if a guy? Oh, that's great, hey, Tyler Warden. I don't want to say all that, but yes, it's a good point. Call 520-222-7012 or book online at www.comfortxhvac.com. Service and maintenance, they do it all. They do a great job. Cody James Martin, very, very impressed by them. Check it out, and our good pal Anthony Gimino. All right. Cody, let's do one more read since we got a little bit. We'll do like 3 sets of 4. We'll do one more. All right. Back to reads, baby. All right. RJ's Frozen Cactus, Red Hot beer or Red Hot Sports and ice cold beer. Huge parking lot. You can park the jet in. 100+ craft beers, $2 deals, pizza, wings, tacos, burgers, and more. No bad seats in the house. You go in there and you watch a game. You're not going to be like worried. It's not like they're going to have a TV there with like rabbit ears or something and you can't see anything. And you're like, hey, wait a second. Can you turn it off of Maury Povich and turn it onto the game? They know what they are doing. Is Maury Povich still alive?
I think so.
All right. Well, either way, you're not going to have to worry about any of that garbage being on there. You can go in there and you can check it out. RJ's Frozen Cactus, Red Hot Sports, and ice cold craft beer. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. And they do it a good job. They do it professionally. Okay. Now, Sheer, I want to go player by player here and kind of talk about how we look at this team so far this season. And, basically, all right. Maury Povich is alive. Jerry Springer is dead. Okay.
Povich is married to Connie Chung.
Is he? Or is she?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you ever see that interview with Bobby Knight and Connie Chung?
I haven't. I can only imagine.
Oh. Well, we will not talk about it, but it's bad.
I can only imagine how that went.
It might be the worst interview that I've ever seen. But
Look, I'm going to give you an old school Tucson before we get into basketball real quick. I didn't realize this. Do you know that San Jose State's running backs coach is Michael Smith?
Xavier Smith's little brother?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had no idea. Yeah.
I'd hire him in a second. Yeah, no. You know he played in the MNFL, right?
Yeah, very cool.
Michael Smith, Sunnyside great, Michael Smith. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to go player by player. I'm going to ask for a grade from you, and we're going to talk about what they've done, what they've, all of this stuff. I actually
did for everyone.
What's that?
Isn't it? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Isn't it A's for everyone? It's A's for everyone.
All right. Well, then we can just break it down then if it's not an A.
Everyone.
All right. Yeah. Bring me your A's. What is that term? Let them eat A's or let them eat.
Bring me your A.
Yeah, no Benoit. I don't want to. Okay. So, all right. We'll go. Oh, power rankings. That's a great point. Joseph, we're going to do starting Friday. Let's do power rankings. Cody James Martin, we'll do power rankings for Big 12 hoops. Deal? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're not going to give everybody an A. Knock it off.
A's for everyone.
Yeah. We got, dude, AZ12, our participation trophy handout. Okay. Now, Jaden Bradley. I'm going an A+ for Jaden Bradley. I don't know what else he could have done. He has been great. He has been timely. He has been, we're going to talk ASU starting to get nervous again. We're as they should. But he's done everything, man. He's controlled the games. He's been a pest defensively. I'll make the case he's been close to perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
I just stuttered like 8 times.
I'm trying to think if he hasn't had a bad game.
The UCLA game was bad until the last 5 minutes, and then he just destroyed UCLA single-handedly.
The second half of Bama, but even then he had 4 assists and no turnovers.
Yeah, he's been amazing.
The dude's shooting 57%.
You know what's funny? Well, what if I told you in July that Jaden Bradley would have a legitimate shot at winning the Wooden Award? See, I disagree, though. I would love to be wrong about this, but dude, he's just not getting the love, man. It sucks.
He has no chance.
He has no, and we
look at odds right now, Mike. But I would say he has no chance. I think the favorite right now, I'm guessing, is Boozer by a lot.
Yeah, Tony, we very much appreciate you. Thank you.
Boozer's minus 155. Braden Smith plus 900. Jaden Koa's ahead of Jaden.
What is AJ? What's AJ?
AJ is plus 1,400. So
Boozer,
Smith, Yaxel, AJ.
AJ is the best player in college basketball.
Yeah, so Koa's plus 6,000 and Jaden is plus 7,500.
Yeah, no, it's crap. But you're right, Tyler Warden. He should be in there, but he's not because these people are putzes.
But he is the third best point guard on the list.
Third best point guard on the list.
Why is Darren Peterson plus 6,000? He doesn't even play.
He doesn't play. Fran didn't say it, and I don't want to speak for Fran.
Said it.
But
he said it without saying it.
You could tell that Fran was very skeptical of the cramping injury. I'm staying away. Listen, if I've got before I thought with the first pick I would choose Peterson. No chance. I'm choosing DeBansa, and I'm calling it a day. Besides maybe being better, he actually plays.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, yeah. So, a Putz of the Year award would be a lot of fun. I would like that a lot. Okay, man, so many Putzes out there. Okay. Jaden Bradley, though, we agree A+.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Braden Burries. I am going solid B with a trending highly upwards right now. Solid B, though, my friend. 85.
Yeah, I'll give him a B. I think Alabama game changed that. He might have been a C+.
Right.
But I'll give him a B. I'm fine with him. Because and honestly, but like, what is it now? 5 games that he's played really well?
Yeah. I mean, and he's starting the Alabama one on the road, though, was really the one where it's like, okay, you're starting to see something a little bit different here. And the way that he could just kind of take that game, that was so I'm going solid B, but like I said, trending very, very much in the right direction. I think it's very, very good. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we got that. T-Burns 826, very good point. Peterson to the Clippers to get the load management pass from Kawhi for no Ben 1. Yeah, great point on that one. Okay. Now, Putz of the Year. Oh, yeah, I would actually Glenn might be the Putz of the Year. There's a lot of them though.
Putz too nice.
What's that? Putz is too nice. Yeah, Putz is too nice. Yeah. Okay. Now, all right. So then we got Yvonne. A.
No, I'm just curious. I agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate
for the. You're gonna ask it too, but go ahead.
For the sake of this segment, is it an A because it's an A, or is it an A because relative to your expectations?
Both.
Yeah. Okay.
Both. Honestly, I didn't know. I thought he would be good. I don't think that, like I said, I thought he would be good, because they needed him to be good. But I didn't think he would do everything that he's done. And I think what's interesting about it as well is that when you've got a coaching staff in there, or excuse me, when you've got this team, he does everything that everybody else doesn't quite all do. And I'm not saying they can't do it, but I mean, it's wild when you think about it that you could have 5 steals 2 minutes into the second half of a game against a top 10 team, or that you could have some of the rebounding numbers, or that you could have, and then defensively, he has been fantastic. Yeah. So to answer your questions relative to expectations, A, but I also think he's been an A.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I was wondering if it changes anything. I think, look, he's the best defender on the team. He does a little bit of everything. I think he's had one bad game. The bad game was, what was the bad game? There's one that was clearly just not. He just wasn't very good. It was I forget.
Right?
Was it maybe he didn't have the bad game? Maybe it's NA. You know what his bad game was?
Right.
I think his bad game was like NAU and Utah Tech.
Yeah,
he was Florida. He had 10 rebounds. He didn't shoot well, but he had 10 boards.
Right.
Like, he's been good. He's been a solid player overall.
Right. This is something where it's like, okay, cool. All right. So now Koa Pete, A. There's been a few games. He's been a little bit up and down in some games. Didn't play.
Again, I'm gonna ask the same question. Is he an A or is he an A? Like, I don't know if he's an A, actually. He is, but he's weird. because like he had 6 points against Bama,
Mm-hmm.
and he was bad against UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
He was great against Utah, UConn, and he was great against Auburn.
And great against Florida.
Yes.
I mean, I go A. I mean, I think he's probably one of the 5 or 6 best power forwards in the country. I mean, this is kind of what I thought we would get. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean,
I'll go like A- just to be a little strict,
Okay, fine.
Because he did play that poorly against UCLA, and Andre actually makes a good point, and Tommy's called out Koa on this. Koa has to be better on the glass. He has to be. He's not rebounding well enough right now.
Yeah. All right.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 games with 5 rebounds or less.
But also, you also got 2 guys next to him that are combining for 20.
I know.
I mean, it's not like it's, all right. But I go A. So you're saying that Yvonne has had a better freshman season than Koa so far?
No.
That's what you just said.
I keep expectations in mind too. I think Koa's expectations were that he would just be an animal, and he's had 3 below average games.
All right. Well, I mean,
I don't really care. I'm just kind of playing devil's.
All right. Now, Krivas, A.
Yeah, A+.
Yeah, take that, Dennis Walsh. Glove meets paw, and the paw is being consumed into the glove. But no, the paw is big. Does that make sense? Yeah. No, it does.
Yeah, why not Arizona?
No, it does. Yeah, no, why not the paw? Why not the glove?
I'll consume a glove.
The paw is being consumed into the glove. The glove is taking the paw and basically inhaling the paw.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's what is happening now with what Krivas has been doing to Dennis Walsh and David Rosen. He is taking 2 paws at the same. Oh, sounds like a rapper. We got this new West Coast rapper, 2 paws. But yeah. So yeah, 2 paw, baby.
2 paws?
2 paw? Yeah, 2 paw Krivas, man. So, but he's taking paws and just put them in gloves and taking care of it. I think the thing about him is just how good he's been defensively. Defensively, he has been one of the best. I mean, you actually made a good point where you said that you're like he's the best defensive player in the Big 12.
Yeah. Yep. If that award wasn't pre-decided, which I assume it is,
right?
It'd be Krivas. Krivas is the best defender in this conference this season.
Yes, exactly. So, that's got to give him an A. Now the bench, my ADO, I give ADO an A. Very happy with my ADO.
An A.
Yeah, he's been perfect. He's been great off the bench. He's been one of the better bench players in the country. You hate you still hate ADO.
No, I agree. As a bench player, I think he's fine. No, I agree. He played well against Bama for that half. Auburn, he was great. UCLA, obviously, he was awesome.
He's been better than I think a lot of people thought.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. And he looks a little bit more competent defensively, even if he's not. I think
the effort, I think the strength. Look, he's not going to be an elite defender. He's just not. But I think that the added strength clearly.
There's a couple games we lose without. We lose UCLA without him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I disagree with you, Brad Hawk. But Brad Hawk, by the way, did you see Brad Hawk's front yard? That is maybe the sexiest thing that I've ever seen.
Very masculine.
Coach Brad Rock. Coach Brad. I almost said Brad Rock. Hey, maybe we should just call him Brad Rock instead.
Why not?
Brad the Rock Hawk. Yeah. Brad the Rock Hawk. I like it. Brad the Rock Hawk. It's good. Okay, but ADO's been perfect for what they wanted to do. Tobe, another one. Girthquake. By the way, Muehlbach is on the call today. We've got a lot of things to keep.
You got a lot of work to do tonight. A lot of prep.
All right, so guys, here's what we're expecting from Matt Muehlbach. We're expecting a girthquake.
Obviously,
girthquake is when Tobe hits the ground because that will happen. So girthquake, we're going to get a back the A, and I think we're going to get a couple other ones as well. So that's but girthquake is no, not with Corey. With Darren Sutton, very very good. Okay, Tobe though is. Tobe's an A. He's going to always have some limitations. Like he's always going to struggle finishing against length. Benwan White's been talking about that. That's kind of been that experience as well, finishing against length. And, sometimes you can just kind of be stifled. But overall, though, the rebounding is great. He annihilates smaller teams. He's been really good.
Yeah, he's been great. Absolutely no complaints about him. I wouldn't even know where to begin to complain if I wanted to complain.
I mean, the one thing he can't really finish against length, but I mean that's not his fault.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, he makes up for it in other ways. You know, averaging 9 and 10.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's been there's no problems whatsoever. Aristode, I give a C. You hate Aristode, so give him what you really want.
I don't hate him. I mean, I guess I'll give him a C.
Game you text us saying Aristode sucks.
He doesn't do anything. But I'm not going to give him a C because he's a freshman.
So what are you going to give him?
No, I mean, I'm not going to give him a D because he's a freshman. He's a C. I'll give him a C.
All right. Yeah. What's that term? It's a C if they're wearing.
Oh, grade on a curve.
All right. Yeah. Well, either way.
A freshman curve.
Yeah. All right. So there's your 8. There is your grades, my friend. There are our grades. Tobe is the number 1 in offensive and defensive rebounder in the country per Ken Palm. You know what's funny? This Michigan fan was trying to tell me about how much better Michigan is. And like, he didn't want to talk about anything. All he just kept telling me was Ken Palm this, Ken Palm that. And you know what? You know what I did after he just kept saying Ken Palm? I napalmed it because I told him, I was like, no, do you get it?
I do.
Is that good? I napalmed Ken Palm?
Don't know if that's good.
Yeah. Probably not the greatest thing that I'm spraying orange poison over Ken Pomeroy.
I mean, you are capable of spraying orange poison.
Yes.
I mean, you are a poison sprayer.
But I can only get him on, but he's only available off Blue Sea though. So that is what it is. Okay. Now, Blue Sea. Now, yes, it's Blue Sea Ken Palm is a good one. All right, let's get some reads in here because let's talk about the guys that transferred real quick, and then we're gonna get to making fun of ASU football because it's very fun. But let's get some reads in here. Back the reads. I like how I said that like with an affirmation. Back the reads. All right, 88 crime, baby. 882-7463. It's anonymous. Pima County Attorney's Office. Now, there's a lot of people out there stealing copper and, catalytic converters and things like that. And you're like, man, I know who this is. I just don't want to have to deal with it. If you see that happening, call 88 crime. They will deal with it for you. 882-7463. It's anonymous. You see someone stealing copper. You see somebody coming down from Tempe and you're like, man, you must have taken everything out of Guadalupe and now you're down here. Get rid of it. Tell them, get rid of them. And you need to tell them that, what you saw, and they will take care of it from there. 88 crime. Very, very good stuff. Welcome to the Rock. Sheer, you're going to have to really pick up it for me on this one. That's team effort right there. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, holy moly. Just when I thought it was done, round 2. Excellent. Yeah, that was great. 2 convenient locations. Oh, we really need Kim to do this for you.
I can't stop thinking about that, dude. I told Shelby about that too.
Right.
And it's just her normal voice.
No, next time I go to a game, it'll probably be a while, but I'm going to go there.
March.
Yeah, March. I'm going to say, Kim, we need you for a read. I will pay you. But either way, Brad Hawk, the great Brad Hawk went in there and said, basically his yard looks amazing right now. It looks like, it looks amazing. It looks like, I don't know. I can't really say, but it looks amazing. 2 convenient locations, 50 plus locally sourced landscaping materials, east of Benson, Sierra Vista, west of Marana, south of Nogales, north of Oracle, serving residents and contractors. All right, what else we got? All right, Jesse's Tattoo Shop. Yeah. Okay. Wear a tattoo that speaks your story. Call today, 520-358-2881. I think the great thing about Jesse is this. Is that when you go into this place, it's not like you're going to have to find some person that you don't know or you're like, whatever. They got 11 people there and they do all kinds of tattooing again. And it is good work. And again, any kind of tattooing you want, fine lining, any of that stuff, they can make it. And they also have flash sales as well that are really, really good that you can literally just step in there and you're like, you know what? I want something simple. Nothing necessarily too specific, but I want something simple. I got that urge. You can go in there, you can get it for $40-$50 and you'll walk out there feeling like you just met a new family. Like I said, it's a great environment in there. Everybody's really cool. It is a sober shop. Again, Jesse's Tattoo Shop. Go in there. Jesse is the man. And like I said, too, you'll get a tattoo. And everybody speaks highly of him. Jesse's Tattoo and Tattoo Supplies. Top 3 business rating by Google reviews. Again, check it out. They got any kind of tattoo that you want, and they will do a great job with it. All right, Foster Plumbing, baby. Back the pipe. I'm gonna see Danny Foster later today. 10% off when you mention the AZ12 podcast. Skier, they fixed your father's pipe, correct?
Yeah. They his pipe was down bad. It was clogged a little bit.
Yeah.
They came over, they unclogged his pipe, and it's never worked better.
It's never worked better. And again, that's what they do, though, with Foster Plumbing. Foster Plumbing Incorporated. Quality work at a fair price. Drain cleaning, water heaters, you name it. And again, 24/7 service, gas, water, sewer repairs. And it is local. Support Danny Foster. Support America. Use Foster Plumbing. Yeah, I like that.
Don't be a terrorist.
Yeah, use Foster Plumbing, baby.
Foster Plumbing.
Yeah, I know. I saw a rival plumbing company the other day, and I almost rode them off the road as well. But then I realized that their trucks
that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do,
dude. That was amazing when you said.
I ride or die for my advertisers.
Yeah, no, that was. I literally thought about going up to this huge semi type looking thing and running it off the road with my Nissan Altima.
Yeah, like I'm driving to San Diego here in a couple of weeks. If I see a rival, you better get off the road, buddy.
Yeah, no, seriously. And you got a van. I just got a. I mean, you got a bigger vehicle. You got a. I'm
ready. I'm prepared.
Yeah, no, I don't have that. So okay, now, all right. So let's talk a little bit now. Let's make fun of what's going on up north. Well, we're getting a little nervous.
You want me to set you up? You want me to set you up here?
Yep, my friend.
So here's the deal. Our buddy Chris. I like, and I'm not saying that my buddy Chris. I'm not saying that like he's, I'm being genuine here.
Pal, Chris.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but Chris and Mike actually like each other more than people think. Can I tell the story? I'm going to tell the story.
Go ahead.
We were at the Territorial Cup, and Chris comes up to me joking, and he's laughing, and he goes, "Man," he goes, if Jess Sims plays well today." And I was like, "And if he does it?" And he started cracking up. He's like, "Oh, I know." And then we were going down to the field, and he's in the elevator, and I had to wait for the next one, and he goes, "Jess Sims, man. Jess Sims." It's like, and he's like, I know.
As always, though, I'm a humble victor.
Oh, always. Here's the thing. Kenny Dillingham and ASU, Chris put out that article that they were close to agreeing to certain things. It has become apparent that they are not as close, and the stuff that he wants isn't necessarily a base raise, it's resources, and it's assistant raises and stuff like that. Well, the issue is, and this is just me speaking, this isn't Chris's part, ASU can't pay money they don't have.
Right.
And I think Kenny's starting to find out that their resources aren't Michigan's resources. Or they could probably, if they needed to, get into the same range of pay. Like if ASU absolutely needed to, I bet you it could get to $7 million for Dilly a year. Because he makes 5 point whatever, right? I don't
think that's what he's concerned about.
This is what I'm saying. He wants resources and pay and assistant pay. He can't do that. And I think what we're finding out is, and Chris said that it's on a 6 out of 10 on concern, trending to be a 7 or 8 here in the next few days.
Right.
If let's just say, Mike, I don't know if you put this together. I'm sure you did because you're smart. The next few days is Friday. That's when Alabama plays Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is Kalen DeBoer is the number 1 guy on the list, no matter how many times he denies it.
Mm-hmm.
And win or lose, right? If they win or lose, Kalen DeBoer is going to have to make a decision. And Michigan is going to have to make a decision. And if they make that decision and it doesn't include DeBoer going to Michigan, and there's been no traction on that deal,
right?
I'm worried if I'm an ASU fan this weekend. I really am.
And I'm under the impression, and I could be totally wrong, I'm not an Alabama insider. I know that's hard to believe. But I'm also of the opinion, I will believe that you leave Alabama for Michigan when I see it. I think no matter whatever the wife thinks, I get all of that. But that's a super beta move.
I don't believe anything coaches say, right? But I'll say this. Kenny is not fly, and maybe he does it. He has practice right now. Maybe he does it today in 2 hours. I don't think he will. But DeBoer has said, I'm not going to Michigan.
He's flat out said yesterday, I will be the coach of Alabama.
I will be the coach of Alabama next year. And again, I don't believe coaches at all, but there's such a difference between that. He puts out a statement. Greg Byrne puts out a statement.
Right.
For those three things to happen, and then DeBoer takes the Alabama job on Saturday.
Yeah.
And because, by the way, I'm going to go one step further. I think Alabama beats Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do you do? If you're Michigan, are you waiting another week? You can't. You can't wait another week.
Right. Especially, and here's what I think. I put this tweet out, and I think it's right. And actually,
it's always right. All your tweets are right. Very accurate.
Here's what I think. Here's where I think it is with Dilly. I don't think Dilly wants to leave ASU in his heart of hearts. I don't think he wants to leave.
I agree. Yeah.
I think I think he means what he said. I also believe that Dilly, like anybody else, is ambitious. I believe that Dilly wants to compete for national championships. I think Dilly looks at himself. I think he looks at his intellect, what he can do, and says, I can compete for national championships. And you can't do that at ASU. I do believe that if he probably wants, and again, this is just a guess, I believe he probably wants something where it's like, okay, we'll get you the second best NIL in the Big 12. You'll never be Texas Tech. I get that. I think he needs something where he can look at and say, if I do this all right, I can compete at the absolute highest level. I don't think he's getting anything near right now what he is hoping for. And so here's this. I also don't think that Dilly wants to be hated in the Valley at all, because he's going to still live there. His family lives there, etc. I think this is Dilly's way of basically saying, I went back to ASU and here's what I need. And they just couldn't do it for me.
Well, 100%. Dilly leaves. He's going to use the media, and any coach would do this. And it's not even a bet.
And Dilly, come to us. We will definitely put out what you need to be put out.
And he's going to destroy the ASU admin and make it very clear. Kenny Dillingham wanted to stay at ASU, but Crow, and they won't blame Rossini as much. Crow made sure that it wasn't feasible, and he had no choice because his aspirations are to win a title. And Crow made it clear that he couldn't provide the resources for Kenny Dillingham to do that at ASU.
Yeah, I think that
will absolutely be the story, and Kenny will wash his hands of it. And look,
and quite frankly,
it's even wrong.
And quite frankly, I believe it. Yeah. I don't think that this is I also think Kenny's built a little bit differently. I don't think he's a Jed that Jed every single offseason needs somebody to tell him he's the prettiest girl in the room.
Jed would have left. Jed
would have been gone by now. I don't think that Dilly actually wants to leave. But I also think that that ASU. Now I'm going to say this about NIL. BYU's basketball NIL is awesome. I don't think that anybody's ever going to be worried about BYU's football NIL because there's just certain players they can't get. Now, Kenny is loyal to the soil. Kenny is a really, really good dude, man. I agree with that. But I also don't think that he wants to.
He's also a competitor.
He's also a competitor. And yeah, he's also, that's kind of what I come back to as well, is that he wants to win. And if I'm going into if let's say you're in the Big 12 and you have the 5th or 6th best NIL, you might be able to patch some things together and win the Big 12 every now and then. Probably not. But at the same time, you also, you can't compete for a national title.
Right. And that's what guys like Kenny need to be able to do. They have to.
Right. I mean, so I that will be very, very interesting to see how this happens, because I also believe before NIL, I don't think that he would have entertained really leaving. I don't, because
and I wonder in Kenny's mind, if he leaves now, let's say he leaves Sunday, I think we're going to get clarity. I think Michigan has their hire by this time next week. I'm not saying it's Kenny. I just think you go to DeBoer, you go to Kenny, you go to, if they say no, Fish would take the job before the sentence even ends.
Right.
Be like, do you want to go? Yes.
It really just shows you what a loser Jed is too, that this is something that Kenny is clearly struggling with and trying to do it the right way. Whereas Jed would just say, yes, and I'll bring everybody and I'll burn it down on the way out.
Yeah. He doesn't care about any of that. Right. But I forgot what I was going to say.
Kenny Dillingham decision here soon.
If he leaves, by the way, he's slowly moving up on the betting markets too now.
I know. I saw it again.
ASU's in deep trouble
because they're not going to have a roster, and
it's not going to have a roster. Who's leaving now?
Well, they don't have. Like I said, they don't have anybody.
But I mean, not the players. I mean, the coaches. Like, do you just hire Arroyo?
I would not bring I would definitely bring Brian Ward with me. I would probably try to.
Would you bring Brian Ward? Because now he's got open. Dilly is not bringing Marcus Arroyo to Michigan.
No, but I think Brian Ward's awesome, though. I think
I can see Ward.
Ward makes sense to me.
I think
you're going to have to, but you're also going to have to put Dilly's not an idiot, though. He's going to have to put his staff together. It's got a lot of Midwest recruiting ties.
Do you think ASU considers hiring Jason Moans or Sean Aguano?
Maybe one, but again, I get it when you're at ASU. Sean Aguano's a good running backs coach. I could definitely see Sean Aguano getting, something like that. But like I said, I think you'd have to revamp your staff.
Yeah, but it's Tyler Ward, and I know you're close to it and all that.
Is Marcus Arroyo really
going from Kenny to Arroyo? Mike, they don't like Arroyo in Tempe.
I think ASU would much rather hire Danny Gonzalez, honestly.
ASU should absolutely hire Danny Gonzalez.
And I think Danny
or I would hire the NAU coach.
I think
I hired Marcus Arroyo.
Yeah, the Arroyo one just is next to yeah. So yeah, we'll see. But I'll tell you one thing though, I'd be a little nervous about it. And I do find it fascinating that some of the national folks in the know, and not Matt Berry, not that dork. But some people in the know are basically saying that
I'll be curious if anyone in Phoenix at today's. I think Kenny's talking at today's practice. I'll be interesting to see if anyone has the balls to ask him straight up, and it'll be interesting to see how he answers. And I don't know how much it'll mean, but will he just flat out say, "Stop asking me. I'm at ASU next year"?
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out because that hasn't been said yet. I also think, let's be honest though here, when you've got admins, when you've got the equivalent of yourself saying it would be a good idea to email the administration, the president and the AD, if you're putting that out there, things probably aren't great.
Well, Chris is very careful, and we've kind of given him crap for this. Chris is very careful with what he says. Very careful. If he puts that out there, and he went on Bickley and Mariota this morning and said it's a 6 trending towards the 7,
right?
Someone told him something.
Of course. And
what this is, and my guess is it's Dilly, I don't know that for a fact, is now you're going to see a pressure campaign.
Right.
And if ASU doesn't give in to this, it's going to get real interesting.
Because here's the thing. You don't know if you're Kenny Dillingham, you also don't know at this stage of the game, is your star going to ever be any brighter? You literally won 8 games with Jeff Sims starting half the season. You're coming off a championship before then. You could easily win 4 or 5 games next year.
Well, wouldn't surprise anyone if they suck next year.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And then if you suck next year, then you're kind of stuck. So I don't, we'll see. But I think it's going to be very interesting to watch this. It's going to be a lot of fun. And let's be honest, being able to root for Michigan, rooting for Michigan,
super funny. And make no mistake about it.
And make no mistake.
We would rub in every Michigan. We would become Michigan fans.
And make no mistake, Michigan fans, we are rooting for you, my friends. This would be very, very funny. I think Kobe L makes a good point. You might not get a Michigan type of opportunity again. I mean, that's also something you got to weigh. And I also don't believe the crap too, where they're like, oh, it's a tough position right now because it's still Michigan, dude. It's not like they're under sanctions. It's not like they're, any of that stuff. They're going to be, it is what it is. Okay.
What did Phil Gardner say about all this?
I don't know. She didn't respond to me when I asked about what you said to her.
Weird. That's so weird.
Yeah, I know. I don't really get it either. Hard to believe. Here late, did we discuss a replacement for our coach? Do you want to say anything, Sheer, or no?
For what? Running back?
Alonzo Carter?
I believe they already have their replacement.
Can you give a hint or no? Can you say promoting from within or no?
I mean, if I say promoting
if they are, I don't know if they are.
If they were to promote within, I think you would already know who it is. And I cannot confirm nor deny if that's who it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
I was just told not to say anything yet, but yeah.
Well, I wasn't told to say anything. I don't know who it is. Nobody cares what I say anyways. So, all right. Now, let's get some
Phil Belichick to ASU.
Oh, Phil Belichick to ASU. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, how do we get that going?
Yeah, holy moly. How do we get that one going? Kobe, do it now. Do as you're told.
Kobe, get this done.
Now, Kenny, Tyler Warden says, have we considered that maybe Kenny is waiting to see if Jonathan Gannon gets fired. They should fire Jonathan Gannon. That guy sucks.
He does suck.
Yeah, that guy's total crap. But, well, I mean, not total crap, but whatever.
Wow,
yeah, but all right. Let's get a couple reads in here, and then
Kobe, I'll fix that. He's a nice gentleman. I'll fix that.
Kobe Elf.
Lyle Moivau has the biggest dog you've ever seen. It's I forget the name.
Is one of those Malamutes?
No, it's bigger. It's like a super. I don't know the name of what kind of dog it is. It's the biggest dog you've ever seen, and it's the nicest dog too. It's hilarious.
By the way, dude, who hasn't blocked? Who? Oh, he already. Oh,
he said he unblocked you. So what are you complaining about, Kobe? I'm gonna text Brett Gleason. We need to block Kobe.
By the way, Brett won't. Brett's not respond. I'm trying to get Brett to recruit. Tell Chip to recruit certain players, and he's just not responding to me now.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal what you are asking him to do.
No, it's not illegal. He's being recruited. He's a junior in high school.
From his point of view.
Oh, I'm sure it's right. But I'm sure he can do it. All right, let's get.
I'm missing football practice for this right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad I did. Fran was awesome.
Yeah, Fran's the man. Fran, the man with the master plan. Yeah. All right, Longview, Andre Veras. We're going to endorse Fran. We ain't endorsing Andre Veras.
No. He's texting me because, look, I lost our fantasy football matchup in the league. I'm very upset about it. He's trying to butter me up.
Yeah. And I'm also going to say, this about the Mississippi Gladiator as well. That what was I going to tell? It was something, and I can't remember. All right. Well, either way, the Mississippi Gladiator is the man. Give Andre a call at 520-325-3456 and reference the AZ12 podcast. Oh, and by the way, too, this guy actually has high-end clients. He doesn't pretend that he has high-end clients. He actually does. That's why he's so successful. Let's talk you through with your old 401k and learn more about it. Andre is the man. Check it out. Andre Veras, baby. Back the V. Yeah. Use code AZ12 for 50% off Baggins. Now, Dennis Walsh has been hanging out with his good pal Kai and 12 Arizona locations. Look, I had somebody ask me, why do you make that sound? And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like it.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Yeah, there's no reason. All food made in-house daily. Every sandwich comes with a chocolate chip cookie. Join the VIP text club. If you go in there on Saturday, maybe you'll see Dennis Walsh and Kai. But yes, check it out, though. It's really, really good. Free delivery with code FREERIDE. Papa Shot. We already talked with Fran. So, okay. Now, the Family Food Project. Yeah, fajitas, baby. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Currently, 255 meal kits per week. 2026, 1,000 meal kits per week is the goal. Donations made with AZ12. Comment will be matched cumulative up to $10,000. Cheryl is the best. Cheryl is a legend. We're going to be hanging out with Cheryl in San Diego. By the way, we're probably going to have an AZ12 get-together maybe on New Year's because I'm going to be sipping some of the grandma's old cough medicine on New Year's Eve. Well, maybe we should get together on who knows. All right. Either way, check it out. The Tucson Family Food Project.org. Okay.
Hey, Brett Gleason just texted me any interview request, not for the show, for me or the media for next week. Does anyone want to hear from anyone specific? Answer in the comments right now if there's anyone you want me to recommend, any player on the team. All right, go ahead, Mike. Tell him that he doesn't get not just a football school shirt then for that shirt. AZ12 podcast. Get these things right here. Get these things. AZ12 podcast shop, fourthwall.com. Okay. Now, let's see here. Mike, Aaron Torres said my guy Mike Luke is really out there. Yeah, he said it like 2 or 3 different times. And Mike's on the street. Mike's out there, like mentally, he's out there, and then he's out there. Did you see that Torres also said that he said furries for burries on his show? Yeah. Yeah. So he said girth 2 or 3 different times and furries for burries. Oof. Man, that's big. That's big. Okay, now tonight we've got Arizona against where? Who are we playing again? The disrespect is crazy. Dude. Oh, Christian or not Christian. How do you not know Abilene Christian? Abilene Christian. Duh. Like they're literally one of the best schools in the nation. I literally said Arkansas Christian. Abilene Christian. I expect Arizona to beat the snot out of them. Are you sure? They're only favored by 32.5. Yeah, I'm going Arizona. I'm back in the. I am hoping, by the way, this is going to be an early post-game show, hopefully with Kobe L and Tyler Warden. Hopefully we can start it about at halftime. But what are they? 32.5. What is Abilene Christian? Christian. No. Well, what's their mascot? You ready for this? Yeah. The Wildcats.
The Golden Wildcats?
Golden Wildcats.
Does
that change your mind about anything?
No. Going Arizona. Back in the A. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Back in the A, baby. Okay. But we're going to have Kobe.
Yay.
So.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. I'm still playing hurt a little bit. Okay. We're going to a post-game show at halftime is disrespectful. I know I'm not going to do it at halftime, but hopefully we get that one locked and loaded a little bit before the end of the game. So, boom. All right. Now, this is news to me. Kobe, I already told you you're on the post-game, you dummy.
We texted you lying piece of...
Yay, jerk. All right. But everybody, go to Little Caesars. Code 1099 bundle. What did you just do? Were you farting, Sheer? What are you doing?
I'm so mad at Kobe.
Oh, man, seriously. Man,
dude, if I ever pushed it on a fart and it looked like that, you call 911.
Hey, call. Did you say call Ben 1?
Yeah, call Ben 1.
Oh, it's like, oh, holy moly, that's terrible. All right, man, you looked awful right there. Either way, code 1099 bundle, classic pepperoni or cheese pizza, free crazy combo, and 2-liter soda, or code LCFREECC, free crazy combo with any pizza purchase. All right, yes, Joseph, we are, because we're doing a show tonight.
Yeah, shut up, Joseph.
Yes. D'Artagnan, from Fran to farts, the show has range. Damn right. There's nothing off the table on this one, man.
Which is really weird. I just got availability for the college football playoffs, but no Arizona's listed.
It's like they don't know.
They don't understand that we're a football school.
It's like they don't know. By the way, real quick.
Uh-oh. That was a weird one.
It's going to be a good one. Hold on.
Oh. Where's Eduardo?
We'll bring him on tonight. He'll be on the post game.
Maybe I'll be on the post game.
You should. Don't go to that game.
No, I'm going because I'm missing two of them when we're in San Diego.
All right. Fair enough. All right. We are signing off, though. Sure. Where can they find you doing your stuff?
WildcatAuthority.com and the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby.
Yeah. By the way, Joseph, we're doing an hour. We did an hour and 15 today, and we're going to be doing more. We're going to be getting more than 90 minutes. Yes.
Mike, retweet my tweet that I'm about to tweet.
Yeah.
I'm retweeting Cartman telling about ASU.
Okay, yeah. Let me get the show tweet out, but then I'll tweet that one out. Yeah. Hey, tag me in it. Say, hey, Mike Luke, you're an idiot. You don't scroll on Twitter.
Yeah, piece of crap.
All right, yeah. On that note, though, we very much appreciate you all. We will be in on the post game. Bring us your money. Bring us super snaps. And my mom hates when I say that. She says
it's like so like.
She says it's so pathetic.
Give us all your money.
Bring us your tired, hungry super.
Give us your wives.
Or we're gonna have the freshly minted and engaged Tyler Warden on there as well. Yeah, let's see here. What was I gonna say?
Give us your honeymoon money.
Yeah. Tyler Warden. Yeah, I already checked with the missus. She said, give it to us instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I got, like I said, I still got crap in my throat. I tried hitting golf balls yesterday, and I think I did a little too, I tried doing a little too
much.
Man
has good advice on how to clear up your throat.
Yeah.
Hit him up after the show.
No.
Hit him up after the show.
Yeah. Garbage.
Yeah, you're good with that stuff.
Oh, gosh. All right. Yes. Listen to the pregame Wildcat Scoop podcast. You guys, you know what you guys really should put that on YouTube as well, because you would make money off of it.
What?
Because you would monetize.
Yeah, I know. We got to do this.
You're joking aside, you're probably missing out on about $1,500 a month doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
So,
but anyways, you got to be on camera when you do that, right?
Right. It's not hard. You've got a camera.
I'm a man. I don't care how I look.
I know, but then women are always so much different, though. I got to take 85 minutes to get ready.
Exactly.
It's funny. Raquel always gets mad at me because, like, she'll be like, "Do I look good in this picture?" And I said, "Yeah, you look good in every picture." And then, and then after that, and then she'll show me like 12, and they all look the same to me. And so, like, I don't get filters. I don't get any.
Shelby asked me, she's like, "Do I look good?" I don't even look at it. I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "You don't even look at it." I go, "Yeah, exactly."
Yeah. So I don't.
Asking me.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't really. I don't get the.
You don't need to be on camera.
Well, I mean, you should.
Well, yeah, you should, but you don't need
to. It's far.
A lot of people that would turn in to see this for an hour.
Have Shelby get one of those, like the avatars that like moves with you.
I don't know. I'm saying.
Avatars?
Yeah.
All I'm
Then
saying,
Oh my God,
Yeah,
do you think I
for
get Shelby to
furries.
wear like a furry mask when we're doing it?
oh, that'd be great for furries.
Oh, that would make so much money.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, I'm just saying you guys should put this on YouTube as well. You're already doing it, so you might as well just put it on YouTube as well.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Or maybe do a vlog. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll get this Carbon tweet out soon. Okay, everybody, we will see you on the post game. We will talk. Yes, rage. All right, we'll talk to you. Talk to you tonight. TTFN. Ted Wardo will be on. Dennis Walsh, hold me accountable, and tell Jerry Reyes we expect to see him Saturday. All right, everybody out there, we'll see you again. Thanks a ton. TTFN. Woohoo.